What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Joseph Parker versus Jack Massey, and this was a 10-rounder in the heavyweight division. And this fight was Saturday, January 21st, from the Manchester Arena in Manchester, England. And this fight was broadcasted on DAZN. And in this fight, Joseph Parker was able to get a unanimous decision victory over Jack Massey. I personally scored this bout 99-90 in favor of Joseph Parker. The three judges had it a bit closer than I had it. They had it 96-93, which I think is far too close for what the fight was. And then the other two judges had very similar scorecards, one having it 97-93 and the other having it 97-92, all in Parker's favor. So if you did watch this fight, comment down below how you scored it and who do you think won. I mean, I thought it was very clear Parker won 100%. But nonetheless, I mean, Jack Massey made some rounds competitive in there, and we have to remember Massey was moving up in weight for this fight, basically. Really fought his whole career at cruiserweight, and now just all of a sudden got bumped up in weight and is now fighting top 10 heavyweight in Parker. But Parker, for him, a nice, just sort of solid win for him. I mean, it wasn't really the greatest performance, I'm going to be 100% honest. He just sort of did what he had to do in there, but I mean, definitely some people are going to critique his performance in this one. And I mean, like I said, I don't really think it was the greatest performance by him. But nonetheless, he won 4 more rounds than Massey and got the job done. So to just break down this fight round by round, in the first couple rounds, Joseph Parker was just doing far more than Massey. Massey wasn't really doing much in the first 3 rounds at all. He was just sort of trying to box on the outside. Maybe here or there he would land one decent shot, but primarily in those first couple rounds, it was just Parker taking control, walking down Massey, and winning the rounds easily. Then from like rounds 4 through 6, I mean, it started to heat up a bit more, specifically in round number 6, but rounds 4 and 5 were pretty clear for Parker. Like I said before, just walking Massey down, having the better body language, the better just fight IQ in there, just doing more, just out-muscling him, basically. But then in round number 6, I mean, it was a close round. I mean, Jack Massey was able to land some nice shots in there, and I actually gave it to Jack Massey. He was able to land some nice fast combinations on Parker, and Parker didn't really do that much back, and so I just edged the round to Jack Massey. But then in round number 7, like I said, I mean, like the other rounds that Parker won, he just simply did more than Massey. It wasn't like Parker was dominating the rounds. He was just doing more, and that's why he won them pretty clearly. So the same thing happened in round number 7. Then in round number 8, this was one of the closer rounds of the fight. There was actually a point deducted from Massey late in the round. But besides that, I mean, Massey was able to land some nice, like, 3-4 punch combinations on Parker, but primarily Parker was able to land some of his bigger shots as well, so I just edged it to Parker. But being that Massey got a point deducted, it is a 10-8 round for Parker. Then in rounds 9 and 10, Massey was really trying to throw and give it his all. He was trying to throw big, powerful combinations, but it just wasn't enough. And Parker, like I said before, I mean, he was just doing more than Massey. He was walking him down, landing the better shots overall, and he won those rounds, in my opinion. So like I said before, if you were watching this fight, comment down below how you scored it. And this goes in the question, after Joseph Parker got a unanimous decision here on Sky Sports and DAZN, where it was broadcasted. I mean, what is next for Joseph Parker? I mean, this was sort of a fight that he was supposed to dominate in. I know that he did win clearly over a fighter like Massey, who's a game opponent nonetheless. But I mean, being that he's a top 10 heavyweight, he was kind of expected to stop him. I mean, I was predicting a late stoppage. Almost was gonna pick a unanimous decision for Parker, but I mean, Massey stuck in there. He showed that he does have a very solid chin. But Joseph Parker, I mean, he's top 10 in the heavyweight division for sure. Prior to this fight, he got knocked out by Joe Joyce, and actually what was a good performance by Parker, even though he got stopped. He was expected to sort of, or a lot of people were actually picking Parker in that fight, but I mean, he was holding his own against Joe Joyce when they were fighting. And it was very, very close while it lasted, so too bad for him that he did get stopped in there against Joyce, because he was actually putting up a great fight, and it was very, very close. But for Parker, I mean, he's had his last 2 fights on, like, Sky Sports broadcasted cards. I know this was broadcasted on DAZN in the United States, but it's really a Sky Sports show. So, I mean, really, we could definitely see Joe Parker back on one of these British level cards. Maybe we could see him step it up and face someone in the top 15, top 10 in the heavyweight division. I really don't know who exactly that could be. I mean, maybe it would be interesting if we could see like Parker versus Dubois or someone like that, like a decent top 15, top 10 level heavyweight for Parker that could be fighting on this sort of platform in the UK. So who knows? We could definitely see that maybe. But nonetheless, I really don't know exactly what could be next for Joseph Parker because, I mean, just out of nowhere, he fought Massey, who just was a cruiserweight. So, I mean, really, anything could happen next for Joseph Parker, being that he's fighting on this platform. And I don't really think that this, like, Sky Sports sort of platform where he's fighting on isn't really putting out some of these higher level heavyweights. Obviously, there's some other decent top names in there, but I mean, I don't really think that Joseph Parker could really get the biggest opportunities fighting there. But nonetheless, I think that Joseph Parker should definitely step it up in competition and continuously show why he's been ranked top 10 for so long in the heavyweight division. But as for Jack Massey losing here for the second time in his career, I mean, for him, he was expected to get stopped. He was expected to not really hang in there. I mean, even though he lost on my scorecard very wide, I mean, I thought that the rounds weren't like he was getting totally destroyed in them. I mean, he was putting up a decent fight, but he just wasn't doing enough. But still, it was. I mean, it was expected that he was going to lose. I'm not really going to trash on him or anything. I mean, he's definitely going to have to go back down to cruiserweight, and I definitely think he's a good level competitive cruiserweight with some of these top guys in the 200-pound division. And I definitely think that he should get right back in there against these top 15, top 20 cruiserweights because that's really his level that he's able to beat guys at. Because he was, I believe, the former IBO cruiserweight world champ, and then he moved up in weight here. So I definitely think that Massey should go back on one of these Sky Sports cards and take on one of these top 15, top 20 British level cruiserweights, and he could get a solid win or he could get a tough loss. But who knows? I think that's what should be next for Massey. So overall, Joseph Parker defeats Jack Massey by unanimous decision to get a nice comeback victory over a decent level opponent after taking a tough loss to Joe Joyce. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.